All right, so quick overview. You're right in front of the chapel. This is the Chavon River, and you have views of the golf course, and you see a platform because there is a setup being made for a wedding tomorrow. So the first thing you're gonna do is turn around, and then you're right in front of the chapel. So when you look at the pictures and you look at the PDF and the location guides, this is how you're gonna position yourself. There's an entrance that way. Casa del Rio is that way. Which is one of the, there's another venue there for reception, which is, allow me to show you, which is right on that, like that house there. It looks stunning. All of that is panoramic views of the mountains and the Chavon River and the golf course, right? Follow me. It's a beautiful terrace, by the way, for an elopement. However, if you're getting married here, obviously pictures, right? And never forget, you have these stunning and unique locations, but you also have the beach on the other side of the property. So you can have the best of both worlds as long as we build the timeline that works best for you. So once again, come back to me. The chapel. Okay, let me see if I can white lens this. So there's the chapel, and then this is what they call the plaza, right? If you want to have your ceremony instead of a Catholic ceremony, if you want to have a symbolic ceremony, you have to have it this way because the church is a real church, so they don't allow you to use even the steps if you're not getting married with a Catholic wedding, okay? So now you can also have your reception here, and believe it or not, it's very rustic. It's very Italianish village, or old Greek, but you absolutely can have it here because I've seen it set up, and you can also add platforms to the entire thing. But that is that. And then on this angle, right next to the chapel, you have the Chilango, which is a delicious Mexican restaurant, which is part of your all-inclusive plan or Casa inclusive plan right here at Casa de Campo. Then you have another restaurant here, and this is another restaurant, which is La Piazetta. La Piazetta can also be used as a location for your reception, and it looks super beautiful, all lit up. At night, you can have your reception outside. We have to look at the capacity of the property of that particular venue, but we can definitely do that. Like completely al fresco. Once again, take your people like they are in a totally different continent without a 10-hour flights, right? All right. So La Piazzetta, follow me. All right. And then all of this space can be set up with beautiful loungers there, and this entire area can be set up with your reception tables, and depending on your group size, you can actually also put them up here and have your dance floor right over there, which is gonna look absolutely beautiful once those lamps come out, which you can see. Now, just for the purpose of this video, it is now 6:05, and this is done in the summer, right? Middle of the summer. So keep in mind that if we were doing this in winter, the sunset will be a little earlier, obviously, but it's always really important to keep that in perspective. Right now, it's really breezy. It's gorgeous. It's not super humid. So that's why we choose a ceremony time that works for you, okay? Based on the sunset. And once it gets cooler here, I'm rushing over here because I want to show you. Oh, there was just a boat going over the river. There's the lamps. There you go. There is a catamaran going over the river. And by the way, this is Terraza Corazon, which is a little heart-shaped terrace. It looks stunning from above. Also beautiful for your pictures, and if it is an elopement to you or just a couple of people. There you go. do excursions out here. Golf course, mansions, villas, and all right, focus, Will. Let's bring you back here. So there's your venue. Tell me that this is not stunning and unique, and you will have the wedding that nobody in your friends group could have, right? All right, so let's go back up. And one of the things that I really like about this place is that it is just, because it is not, you know, it is like an old town, but because this is all private property that belongs to Casa de Campo, it is a very secluded location. So you're not gonna have 500 people in a small town looking at your wedding and, you know, just taking up your space. You may have a couple of onlookers, but it's not what it's that's not the flavor of the day. Okay, so there's Terraza Corazon, there's my mother, there's my daughter, there is, and more people. All right, so once again, Piazetta, which by the way, it is a delicious restaurant when it is open, which means you can also dine inside, and they have it in the rotation program of Casa Inclusive. So certain times of the year, that would be one of the options for your guests to enjoy dinner with this view, if you choose not to do this, the wedding here. All right, so I am going to keep all the locations at Casa de Campo on this one video, or Altos de Chavon, same thing, guys. Okay, it's the names just because it's different locations, but Casa de Campo, same thing. Okay, so once again, here is the chapel, the Plaza, Chilangos, which is just one of the restaurants, and Piazetta. Okay, so now follow me over here, because I want you to see how close is this next location, which is one of the most popular ones and more private, right? So allow me to give you a panel as well. This is a beautiful summer evening, guys. Okay. All right. No shortage of wedding pictures, right? All right, it's just really quick. Don't get lost with me, because that's what's up. We'll make sure that doesn't happen on your wedding day, right? But, again, beautiful. I love doors. All right, here we go. And yes, tell your friends and family to wear comfortable shoes, right? So wedges recommended, because while it is not, you know, dust, it is uneven, and these are rocks from, you know, 50 years ago. So definitely adds to everything, but just tell them to wear comfortable shoes. All right. So here we're coming into Die 4. It is a 1 minute walk, 2 minutes if you walk slow. But this is Die 4 Terrace, my friends. Okay, so before we go down to where we set up the ceremony there, I want you to take a look at the fact that all of this is space that you can have, and you can set up with string lights and all that beautiful stuff. Right? And then this is your more typical setup. So we would set up, you've seen videos and pictures already, so you will set up here your gazebo overlooking the pool and overlooking the river. The views are stunning. They're saying it's not allowed right now, the use of the pool, ignore that. But this is your view. And these are your guests all spread out over here, okay? You can easily fit 200 people here. Now, there's another setup here, so it looks to me like someone decided to have a different backdrop for the wedding, and they decided to set up a platform as well as, you know, a higher up platform over there. This is not required for this. You can do an aisle for sure, but this platform, although nice, it is not required, okay? Keep that in mind. I am going to do another panel, okay? And this is the For Terrace, which is the covered space, which is, you know, kind of like typical restaurant where you would be like, it's outdoors, but it's still covered. Down here is where we love setting up your cocktail hour. So ceremony up there, right? Or on the Piazetta area. And then cocktail hour right over here. Why? Because it's super private, my friends, and because it's beautiful. And obviously this is closed today, so don't worry about it. But the pool, it is a beautiful area to set up where you can definitely do floating candles and, you know, like different type of decors you can do. And look at that view, right? Unique, different, still outdoors. You see the river, you see the golf course, you see all the Dominican authentic plants or trees, plants and trees, right? And again, it's just flat out beautiful. And you can fit a lot of people here because we're talking about a cocktail hour with high top tables, which means, you know, people are just like lounging around for an hour while we entertain them to take your pictures at this beautiful place and their pictures, right? All right, so let's go back up. Rails in case you need them. Ooh. Don't record while walking. One more. Gorgeous, if you ask me. And then now here it is, the actual terrace, which is what you usually see in the setups. Hola. Hola. Beautiful. Am I right? Now look at these sweeping views of the Chavon River, of the pool, of the golf course, of the luxury villas, of the sunset, and of your loved ones. Imagine them here. Okay. String lights, right? Looks like these ones are already here. And you can drape the ceiling if you want to. Obviously, there's a built-in bar here. You can drape the ceiling if you want. Some people do, some people don't. And then, once again, this venue, it's all about the views, my friend. And if you could only be here and close your eyes and feel this breeze, you can't beat it. Okay? I'm gonna turn back time and go this way. All right, these are your venues at Altos de Chavon as part of your destination wedding, with the all-inclusive packages at Casa de Campo. Let me know if you have any questions, post below, DM me, and let me know how I can help you choose the venue of your dreams.